Hey, what's up, y'all? So today I'm gonna be talking about what to do in situations that have no solution that you're aware of. Like, say for example, all these fucking people, like, okay, basically all people, with negligible exceptions, apparently, are just these like two-faced sociopaths. They're gonna like love bomb you and act like things are going pretty chill, pretty good for quite a while, like months or years, and then they'll just flip and act completely different and end up betraying you and fucking up your life. You know, they might just abandon you. They might start ghosting you out of nowhere, and they never tell you what the problem is, or they'll just act really, really shitty, like way shittier than ever before, and they'll just act like a completely different person. And it's like, what are you supposed to do in those situations? I mean, yeah, obviously once they demask, you should, get away from them. But like, how are you supposed to avoid that? Like how are you supposed to avoid people who don't show red flags? I mean, you need some kind of. How are you supposed to avoid people who are evil but don't show red flags for months or years? You know, like you need a fucking crystal ball, right? You need some kind of like crystal ball, some kind of magical power, or maybe some kind of like really advanced computer algorithm that can like analyze a person's, like you give the algorithm a picture of somebody, it'll analyze their face and let you know if they're going to be these backstabbing pricks or not. You know, like you need something like that to solve the problem. Okay, um, but 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 here's the thing: what should you do? Like from here on out, like what are you supposed to do? Um, and what helps me deal with these sorts of situations? Um, Honestly, man, it's pretty simple actually. It's very, very simple. And I'm pretty sure I did hear about this sort of strategy as well from other people. Like I think it was like some kind of like special forces dude. I think it was like a Navy SEAL or some shit who talked about this sort of thing as well. But anyways, it's simply focus on what you can control in your environment and only focus on those things and just work on getting those things as good as you possibly can. Like that's it. So and the key word is accurately identifying things that you can control, right? So this is not excessive self-blame that a lot of people in the self-help community want to do. They want to like say, oh, you got to blame yourself for everything, assume that everything's your fault. Well, no, that's actually very counterproductive, because if you blame yourself for something that is not actually your fault and that's outside your control, then you're going to waste time and energy trying to fix a problem you can't fix. See? So it's actually more productive and better use of your time and energy to accurately identify what you can control and then only focus on fixing those problems. Because because otherwise you're just wasting your time and energy, right? If it's not your fault, if there's like nothing you can do about this sort of bullshit that's happening, okay, well then that's not your problem, all right? You just gotta focus on something else. And look, man, I even recently had another one of these, fucking backstabbing experiences with some douche, who seemed chill for about a year. Yeah, this dude, I get this, man. I initially met him at work, all right? And the first day we met, it was when he was interviewing me for the job. And he's like, "Oh yeah, look, man, I'm anti-ghosting. We're gonna get back to you with our decision within about a week or so, but we're definitely not gonna ghost. We're not in that ghosting shit. We're gonna definitely get back to you one way or another, you know." And I'm like, "Great." So keep that in mind. This fucking prick tells me that he's anti-ghosting. All right. And yeah. So I actually did get an offer for the job, and I took it. And he just seemed like a really chill guy. I mean, he was like, one of my favorite people to work with. He had like a great personality, and he was very knowledgeable about, the job as well. He had like tons of really useful knowledge and insight just in general, right? He had super, super chill, great personality. And get this, man, like about almost a year after we first met, he invited me over to his house. He and his wife invited me over to the house, and they're like, I guess you could say, platonically love bombing me, right? They're like, I don't know, they just seem to think that I'm so awesome for whatever reason. And Okay, I'll give an example of what they said they think was so awesome or whatever. Basically, this job was fully remote, right? It's in the tech field. This tech job that's fully remote. Um, but like the company, like everyone still lives local to each other, right? The company is still local, right? Like a local company to the area we all live in. Um, and so and this is the first time I ever had a fully remote job. And after a couple weeks, I'm like, man, this is kind of weird. Like I've been working for this company for a few weeks now, and I've never met anybody who works here in person, And so I was just, t- t- I was just like bring that up, and I was like, hey, do you think maybe we have like a day we'd meet up at the office to just say hi, get to know each other, and so on and so forth. And yeah, and he was like, it's so that's what I guess said, and this dude, when he invited me over to his house with his wife, he was like, oh, you're the only person who who said that we should all meet up at the office or whatever. That's so great. Whatever. So yeah, so yeah, he and his wife were like love bombing me, and they act like they just love hanging around me, and they seem really chill, But get this, man. Shortly afterwards, this dude starts acting all flaky and avoidant. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was just starting all flaky and avoidant, and I'm just like, what the hell? And I even texted him about it, a few months ago, and he's like, oh well, I'm not avoiding you, or I'm not ghosting you more than I'm ghosting society in general. I'm just dealing with a lot of bullshit right now because of the job search. Yeah, he got laid off from the company. We both actually got laid off for that company, thanks Obama. But I'm like, all right, it sounds like he's stressed out or whatever because of the job search. But get this, he shortly after did get a new job, and then he started replying to my texts more frequently. I'm like, all right, cool. But then he starts acting avoidant again. He starts acting all flaky and avoidant again. And I sent him an email. I'm like, what the fuck, like. I mean, you guys literally invited me over to your house, and you're like love bombing me by telling me that I'm so great or whatever. And now you're acting all flaky and avoidant. And I'm like, I told him too. I'm like, look, I'm sick and tired of being in situations where people love bomb me and act like they just love hanging around me just so they can go cold and act all flaky and weird without ever telling me what the problem is, And I also asked him, I'm like, also, do you still tell people that you're interviewing that you're anti-ghosting? Just curious. And his response has been absolutely nothing for past like week or two. Wow, what a nice guy. But I just don't even like give a fuck anymore. Like I just don't care. Like I can't control this person being this stupid dumbass. That's not my fault. That's his fault. This is his problem. All right. And oh, by the way, remember that video I made a little while back? It was called "You Don't Actually Want to Date the Person Who Love Bombed and Abandoned You." Now that video is more like about like romantic love bombing and abandonment, but like the same. Here's the thing: the same general principle applies equally as much to platonic situations as well. Like the same general principle applies just as much, right? Like think about it: if you're to meet somebody and they were just tell you right off the bat, hey, I'm an evil piece of shit. I'm gonna seem great for about a year or so, and I'm gonna invite you over to my house, and me and my wife are gonna love bomb you and say that we just love hanging around you, and then we're gonna act all flaky and weird without ever telling you what the problem is. Even though I'm gonna claim that I'm anti-ghosting during the interview. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think I'm a nice guy? Let's just say that you had a crystal ball. You knew that this person was gonna be like that. Yeah, if you knew for sure that they were gonna be like this, you would obviously not want to hang around them too much, right? So yeah, that's exactly the point, man. I don't actually want to hang around these fucking stupid people. They're dumb, they're wrong, and I hate them. Okay? They're just stupid. They're stupid, dumb, they're wrong, I hate them, and I wish they were aborted. I do, man. I do wish they were fucking aborted. Like, what a stupid cunt. Like, this is so fucking dumb. I mean, what the hell? And like, I don't know, man. I thought it was good. I thought you were supposed to like stay in touch with your network, right? I wasn't looking to be like best friends with them. I mean, I thought, yeah, man, we could just hang out, have dinner every now and then. Sure, sounds good to me. Just to kind of chit chat and stay in touch. Like I was not expecting anything crazy, by the way. Like, those are my general expectations. I was just thinking, oh yeah, you know, just it's just Johnny Good to stay in touch with people you get along with. It's good to stay in touch with your network. I mean, what the fuck? Like, what does this dude think? What does he think he's gonna accomplish by doing this whole love bomb bait and switch thing with me, or anybody for that matter? See, that's the thing, man. Okay, like, what exactly do these stupid cunts gain by doing this shit? Nothing. They gain nothing by doing this shit. So why fucking do it? Like, they're so fucking stupid. But yeah, but you know, at the same time, like, I just don't even care anymore, man. Like, I really don't even care anymore. Like, I'm like, you know what? There's like so much stuff that I have to do that's like on my to-do list. Like, my to-do list is so backed up and backlogged. It's crazy, man. Like there's already so much stuff that I can do within my control. I'm overwhelmed with stuff to do within my control to improve my situation, you know. Also do tasks and chores and and a whole bunch of other different little shit that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, but haven't really gotten to it. Mainly because I've been struggling with some, I guess, fatigue and exhaustion issues, right? I mean, and honestly, man, it's mostly from psychological trauma. I mean, these people, when you get psychologically traumatized, it fucks up your health. It's basically like getting AIDS, right? Yeah, they basically give you AIDS when they psychologically traumatize you, because it decreases your immune system. You get sick more often. You have less energy. You're more fatigued. You know, it takes years off your life, and your brain will experience physical pain sensations. Yeah, physical pain pathways fire in your brain when you get psychologically traumatizing, and they're excruciating. So yeah, these psychological torturers are basically giving people AIDS, or at least an AIDS-like type symptoms. Yes, are they not literally giving people, you know, AIDS-like symptoms as a direct consequence of psychological torture that they intentionally and unremorsefully inflict on people? I mean, think about it, dude. Just think about it. So yeah, I mean, do you actually want to be around a psychological torturer? No, of course not, unless you're fucking some kind of masochist, right? Unless you're a masochist who loves evil people fucking up your life, you're not going to want to hang around these sorts of psychological torturers, right? You don't. And that's just what I've realized, man. It's like, I don't even want to hang around these stupid fucks, you know? I don't actually want to hang around them. Do I? No, I don't. Okay, I don't want to hang around these fucking two-faced frosted flakes, man. Yeah, frosted flakes. I came up with that analogy. Yeah, they're frosted flakes, right? They're frosted, seem sweet, and all lovey-dovey for a while, and then they flake, you know? Frosted flakes, okay? They're fucking frosted flakes, man. You know, this dude, I think he needs to get a job at, I think he needs to quit tech and get a job as a Tony the Tiger mascot. You know, that's what I think he has a real future in. Fucking frosted flake, man. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What a stupid cunt. Like, this dude is such a fucking faggot. Hey, look, yeah. Those of you who are new to my channel, blacks can say the N-word, so for that, same as that logic and reasoning, I can say the F-word, right? This dude's a fucking faggot. He's just some dumb little faggot. He's a psychological torturing faggot, and I fucking hate him. And I wish that he was just aborted, man. He's just a worthless human being. He is, man. Like, what sort of evil cunt is gonna do that to somebody? Like, seem great for a year, invite them over to your house, and you and your wife love bomb them, and then you just act all weird and avoidant, and you lie about being anti-ghosting. Like, what the fuck, man? This is just so fucking evil. Like, who the fuck? Like, nobody except extreme masochists would voluntarily give true informed consent to give this dude the time of day, right? Right? Yeah. I mean, like, this guy is such a stupid fucking faggot. What a dumb cunt. Alright, what a dumb fucking cunt. He's just such a stupid cunt, and I hate him, and I wish he was aborted. I'm serious, man. Like, what's the point of this dude? Like, he's just such a worthless cunt. I just hate him. But yeah, what the fuck else was I gonna say? I feel like I was gonna say something else. I don't know, man. That about wraps up for this video. I mean, only focus on shit that you can control in your environment. I mean, and it's like you're probably gonna find so much shit that you can do within your control to improve your situation, that you're gonna be like overwhelmed with. You might be overwhelmed with stuff, you know, to do, and you'll be just your mind will be so preoccupied and focused on all the shit that you can do within your control that you won't even really think too much about all this bullshit that's outside your control, because you'll be so preoccupied with solving problems, solving the plethora of problems that are within your control, right? Yeah, even if they seem relatively minor, hey, if it's a problem you can fix, and you don't have anything more pressing or urgent to do, then fucking solve it, man. If you got the time and energy to do it, then fucking do it, man. Even if it's just like cleaning up your room, takes about 5-10 minutes. Hey, you're solving a minor problem. And look, man, having a clean room feels great, all right? I personally have had a pretty huge problem with my living quarters being, extremely messy and untidy. But like getting it tidied, when I do get it tidied up, I feel great. I feel so good and just clean and refreshed. It's amazing, all right? Yeah, even cleaning your room, relatively minor problem you can solve, unless you're unless you're maybe like a fucking quadriplegic. But, I mean, okay, yeah, as long as you're generally able-bodied, I mean, cleaning up your room is a problem you can reasonably solve within your control, all right? And with fatigue, oh, by the way, with fatigue, yesterday I discovered I used Beta Wave binaural beats, okay? And I can send you a link to the specific track I used. Yeah, I just listened to that for about 5-10 minutes, and then I was up and at it. Like, I was so lethargic that day. I was like really fucking lethargic. I was napping. I was literally like asleep for most of the day. That's how fucking sleepy I was, And I'm like, fuck this, man. I got stuff to do, man. I gotta get this shit done. Like, I'm just too fucking tired. And here saying caffeine, I didn't really feel like taking stimulants, because caffeine, honestly, man, I don't really like taking caffeine in general. But the last time I took it, for the first time ever, it made me extremely sleepy. Yeah, I took caffeine for the first time in months or years, a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I took it for the first time ever in a very long time. And I just crashed. I took a 2-hour nap right after I chewed some caffeine gum, like 50 milligrams of caffeine gum, and it knocked me the fuck out for 2 hours that morning. It was insane. And I don't really necessarily like. Yeah, I'd rather okay, if I can just listen to a binaural beat instead of taking a fucking chemical, I'd rather just listen to binaural beat, right? Yeah, I listened to binaural beat for about 5-10 minutes, and I was pretty focused and alert for hours later. I was able to get all the shit done that I needed to get done. Which involved, cleaning up my room, which is extremely tedious now, or was, because I recently moved and I got a whole bunch of boxes to sort. So I had to sort a bunch of boxes in my room, in addition to going through my storage unit. I had about a few more boxes to go through my storage unit. And yeah, I did get all that shit done yesterday after listening to the binaural beats for about 5-10 minutes. It's called Beta Waves. It basically, what it does is it basically gets your brain into like a certain chemical state that's more alert. It gets you like, yeah, I think the reason why it's called Beta Wave binaural beats is that beta waves in your brain make you more focused and alert, and it plays certain tones in your ears that will like get your brain into that will basically chemically activate beta waves in your brain, that will like chemically make your brain more focused and alert. And I mean, look, the first time I tried it yesterday, it worked, at least then, but honestly, man, I don't want to get too optimistic, because oftentimes when I find something that seems to work pretty well, like, it's like, yeah, it'll work pretty well at first for a little while, then it'll just like stop working or have the opposite effect later on. Like, I like certain meditation techniques, for example, have had that exact type of result where, like, yeah, I'll feel great. It'll work pretty well at first for a little while, but then after a couple of days or so, it'll kind of not work that well, or it'll make me feel shittier. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, oh, the beta waves are for sure going to be like that too. I mean, I hope it's not. I prefer that it's going to work long term, but we'll just have to wait and see it, right? We'll just have to wait and see. I would obviously prefer that works well long term, but we'll just have to wait and see, all right? Anyways, this video's been going on for long enough. To wrap it up, I hate these stupid psychological torturers, and I wish that they were aborted. And the best thing you can do in these sort of situations is to just focus on what you can do to fix the problem You know, just only focus on problems that you know you can reasonably fix within your environment. Accurately identify things that are within your control, and only focus on those things. Only focus on fixing those specific things as much as you reasonably can. Just focus on doing that. If you're facing some kind of negative consequence and bullshit from factors outside your control, then that's not your problem, all right? You nothing you can do about it. That's not your problem, all right? Only focus on stuff that you can solve. Only focus on stuff that you can fucking fix, all right? That's all you gotta fucking do, man. Like only focus on things that you can control, right? You can't control these stupid dumbasses being these like evil, lying, hypocritical, psychological torturers giving people AIDS. Like that's, I mean, what are you supposed to do about that, right? You can't do anything about that, you know. So it's not your problem, right? That's not your fucking problem. You just need to focus on things that you can do to fix certain other problems within your environment. Only focus on problems that you can solve, right? Only focus on solvable problems, right? Only focus on things in your environment that you can solve. Only focus on problems that you know you can reasonably solve. Only focus on those problems, and only invest time and energy into solving those specific problems. Only do that. I got drilled into you. Drilled into you. Only solve problems that you can fucking solve. Only focus and give any attention to problems that you can solve, all right? I mean, problems you can't solve, they don't even really deserve your attention, right? Because, okay, there's nothing you can do about it, so why even focus on it? Why even give your attention to it, right? Yeah, only focus on things that you specifically know you can solve within reason, all right? Only focus on those fucking things, all right? That is what you should do from here on out, in my opinion, okay? And I've been having that attitude more and more in recent days and weeks and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, I do feel better, okay? And you can probably tell that just in the tone of my voice. I mean, does it really seem like I'm getting super duper butthurt and offended over this dude? Well, I mean, obviously I do think he's an evil prick. I think he's a worthless sack of shit, and I wish he was aborted. But like, I don't really feel that overwhelmed with all this, like, I guess, painful emotion right now, because I only focus on problems that I can solve. I can't solve the problem of him being this evil hypocrite. That's not my problem, you know. I can only solve different problems, and I'm only gonna focus on those problems that I know I can solve within reason, you know. So yeah, that's what I would recommend doing. I mean, so far it seems to be working really, really well for me. I think that's just what you gotta keep doing, man. Just keep doing it. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.